surprise, which quickly turned to fury, when I received the following text out of the blue yesterday. For your information, I've done absolutely no editing on this conversation. Previous dialogue is from Saturday night when he told me not to dress up. I haven't dressed down since 25K, and I jokingly asked if I shouldn't wear my ball gown. Wait, so don't put on a ball gown in a cab? Depends what you mean by ball gown, said the guy. Then he responded a little later. Hi, listen, I had fun on Saturday, but quite honestly I am in a state of flux right now and am really not looking for a relationship. Sorry to be a downer before your birthday, but I've no doubt you'll move on quickly as you are a funny, smart, cool girl. Good luck. I was stunned into paralysis. I had no words. This never happens, and I just felt short of breath. There were many things that would piss me off. But I was so flustered I couldn't even articulate them. Again, this is a serious problem for a writer and effusive communicator. I was still so agitated 10 hours later that I had to leave the opera rehearsal early. This is a serious no-no, given that opening night is Saturday at the Organization of American States. Then I realized, I am on the eve of my 26th birthday. Why am I stewing instead of just expressing what I really feel? There's practically nothing to lose from just telling the truth. So then it came. And it came. Illicit taxpayer-funded sext. Don't worry, these have since been screenshotted to superiors. Thanks for your consideration about ruining my birthday. As a 25-year-old with 2 published books and a condo, the relationship I planned between us after 2 dates was to be the highlight of my life. Though unsolicited and completely unrequited, I thought the taxpayer-funded sexts from your agency BlackBerry were sweet, but your executive committee may think the screenshots of your messages I sent to them are a little bit cheesy. Obviously, I'm but a girl, hysterical with emotions, bound to fall in love with you after we spent a collective 20 hours together. Actually, sorry, I'm a woman. A girl would be that 9-year-old you have back home, who will one day probably date a female infantilizing, self-aggrandizing disaster like you. Good luck, indeed. Cheers to 26. And may I, and you, and your girlfriends, mums, grandmothers, daughters, etc., never remain silent in the bombastic, outrageously chauvinistic face of an insecure man. After all, only 2 months ago did a writer describe me as such when asked about my relationship status. She blushes, giggling a bit. Translation, Miss Woodward Pooh is quite happy being single. Damn straight. So, that was a bit of comedy. It reminds me a bit of the Schrodinger's rapist reading, and this woman is so clearly detached from reality. It's somewhere between very, very funny and very, very sad. I'm not quite sure. But what really topped it off for me was this comment from someone going by the moniker of NDT, who wrote, When Quinn Woodward Pooh, an overweight, insecure barfly from Georgia with a penchant for Twinkies, daytime TV, and visually challenged and desperate men, receives her acceptance to Weight Watchers Institute. She is forced to make a decision between giving up her 8 designer cupcake a day sloth-like ways and pursuing a more sanctimonious and less caloric intensive path. Type A Diabetes is a memoir of her transition from feeling eater to outspoken advocate of puerile, self-obsessed blogging. Like many Asian Americans, she butts head with her first-generation Chinese father when she strays from his